the 8th Annual Sharing the Dream Conference. My name is Sara Espinosa. I'm Manager for Professional Development at ISAC. I'm also one of the chairs for the Sharing the Dream Conference. I'll be brief. I'm just going to do a couple of housekeeping items. Hopefully everybody was able to navigate the conference app easily this morning. I'm very excited. It looks great. Erin Hoover put that together for us, and I think it's very, very nice and hopefully easy to navigate for everyone for the sessions throughout the day. So we'll put the conference app link in the chat as well for everybody that's here. Erin just put it in there. Thank you. So on that link is the conference app. You'll be able to find the sessions on the top right-hand corner, which is conference sessions. You'll click there. You'll see the entire breakdown throughout the day. We'll have 3 different time slots for breakout sessions. So the first one's at 9:30. Then we have 10:45 and then 1 o'clock. And then we'll conclude the day with a student panel and closing remarks. And then also on the app, you'll have the resources and material section. We have our conference evaluation form there. And then also for those of you that need PD hours, professional development hours, you'll have the link to the evaluation needed for the PD hours as well. So thanks again for joining us. Oh, and if you did register in person and you had paid the conference registration fee, you should have received a refund. But if you haven't, please reach out to Erin Hoover. I'll put her email in the chat as well in case you, for whatever reason, haven't received your refund as well. You can reach out to her. But we're really excited to have everyone. We're a little sad that we couldn't be in person, but it's understandable, and we do have a great conference put together for all of you. So I will hand things over to Erin. We will hear some words from the Chancellor at SIU, Austin Lane, and then we'll have our official welcome from Cristina Castillo from Southern Illinois University, who has played a big role in us putting this conference together. Unfortunately, we've tried for the last 2 years to have it at SIU, but with the pandemic, it just hasn't worked out. So we are very lucky to still have Cristina and a number of the SIU folks joining us for the conference today. So thank you, Cristina. And I will hand things over to Erin.
As Chancellor of Southern Illinois University, I would like to welcome you to the Sharing the Dream Conference. Although we would like to be in person, it is still wonderful to be able to come together as one to learn, educate, and inspire one another with our shared passion of access and inclusion. As a nationally ranked public university, it is in our mission to provide access and to respect the social construction of our differences and to promote cultural affirmation and pride amongst all our campus community. We are proud of the commitment of our staff who go above and beyond to meet the needs of our students. Events and resources such as the Sharing the Dream Conference provide us with that ability to support student success in learning while continuing to nurture our institutional climate of empowerment and inclusive excellence. We thank you for joining us today for this virtual conference, and we look forward to an enriching day of learning. Go Dogs!
Thank you to Dr. Lane for the remarks. So good morning. Buenos dias a todos. I am Cristina Castillo, the proud coordinator of Hispanic Latino Resource Center at SIU, and I am strong advocate of undocumented students. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us for the 8th Sharing the Dream Conference. It is a privilege to be here today as we officially kick off the 8th Sharing the Dream Conference. Also, it is an honor to have had the opportunity to collaborate with amazing educators and to have the support of our SIU administrators, Chancellor Lane, Provost Dr. Mira Kamaraju, Vice Chancellor for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Dr. Paul Fraser, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, Dr. Virgin, and Associate Chancellor for Enrollment, Mr. Wendell Williams. They all were on board to host this conference, whether in person or virtual. This is the second year SIU is hosting this conference virtual mode. Last year, due to the pandemic, the conference brought us together through Zoom, as we now have the ability to connect virtually from anywhere. However, the pandemic's lingering effects robbed SIU's opportunity to host this conference in person this year again. Nevertheless, this virtual conference is no less important, no less impactful, and especially no less inspiring. Although we will not be able to share the warmth that characterizes the hugs, which are tangible demonstrations of support and connection of our human interaction. Instead, and once again, we will bear the screen of our monitors, use these tools and emojis of our Zoom sessions, show support and give applause and give virtual love to our presenters while we sit in the comfort of our space. Yet together, we will hold space and help raise the voices of our vulnerable, unique, and amazing undocumented student population. Many of our students have in common undocumented status and live in mixed status households, but they also have in common resilience. They are an inspiration. They are the strength that moves forward against the odds. And as Celia Cruz have said, vamos cruzando fronteras, rompiendo barreras y sobreviviremos. We are crossing borders and breaking barriers, and we will survive. Waving a Si Se Puede banner of tenacity, dedication, consistency, y muchas ganas. According to Sharing the Dream Conference website, the first Sharing the Dream Conference took place in May 20 of 2015. At the time, more than 350 educators gathered at the University of St. Francis in Joliet, Illinois, to learn how to best support undocumented students on the path to a college degree and beyond. These educators advocated for, build, and pave the way for equitable access and inclusive practices for undocumented students. Along with the state of Illinois, this group of educators, advocates, allies, and the Illinois Dream Fund have taken great steps to provide equitable paths for undocumented students. But nothing has changed at the federal level. In 2015, the barriers and threats for undocumented populations and students was real. And in 2022, the threat is real too. DACA is still deemed unconstitutional. There are no new applications taken, yet there are approximately 8,784 DACA eligible students in higher education and close to 9,000 non-DACA eligible students in higher education in the state of Illinois. But no path in the horizon for sustainable positive change. But la lucha sigue. Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes, on her essay, "You Were Made for This," she says, "Ours is not the task of fixing the entire world all at once, but of stretching out to mend the part of the world that it is within our reach." And so we must help one student at a time, challenge one policy at a time, mend our institutions, and help create policies one state at a time. At SIU, I am happy to say there's a glimmer of hope. In the fall of 2021, SIU System President Dr. Daniel Mahoney declared the SIU system an anti-racist system and made tangible steps to hire the first Vice President for Anti-Racism, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Dr. Sheila Caldwell. It is not enough to just be opposed to racism, President Mahoney said. We need to announce publicly that as a university system, we are anti-racist. Thus, SIU Carbondale is an anti-racist campus. And as such, we must commit to hold ourselves and each individual to engaging with diversity of thought with respect for others and challenge policies, practices, behaviors that perpetuate discrimination, oppression, inequity, and injustice. This is the part of the world that it is within my reach. However, SIU shares very few of the thousands of amazing undocumented students in the state of Illinois. If our higher education institutions are trying to remove barriers, how about our high schools? How are we supporting them to help our vulnerable undocumented population? According to the International Immigration Higher Education Portal, in the state of Illinois, approximately 4,000 undocumented students graduate from high school each year. How many of those make it to college? How many have been misinformed and been told college is not for you? How many made it to college only to not receive the support they need, especially financial support to fulfill their education? The common misinformation that undocumented populations come to take jobs, make money off of the government is all and untrue. According to Higher Education Immigration Portal, in the state of Illinois, the spending power of DACA eligible residents is $1.056 billion. The federal tax contributions is $187.5 million, and the state and local taxes contribution is $182.2 million. Not to mention the money the federal system makes off of DACA renewals, which are $495 every 2 years. The statement that says they should go back to their country and come here legally is all uninformed and racist. Yet now, because yes, that would be great if only the immigration system would not politicize the worthiness of specific human beings. So as we gather today, let us learn and challenge our mindset and the mindset of others. Let us check our privilege and our ability to open paths. How do we speak to our students matter? Are we empowering them and helping them to overcome barriers? Are we overcoming barriers with them too? Let us enter this virtual conference with the desire and the understanding that we are here to make a difference, that we can continue sharing the dreams and help our students make their education dreams a reality. Our undocumented students and undocumented population have the same hopes and dreams that every one of us have, which are access to resources, opportunities to education and to succeed, acceptance, sense of belonging, understanding, and happiness. They're no different than any of us. Thank you all for taking the time to spend your day with us to learn and to be inspired together. There are great sessions throughout the day. Enjoy your day, and I hope you do not miss our SIU DACA student panel this afternoon. Thank you and welcome to the 8th Sharing the Dream Conference.